Hit it, Sean.
You're watching iCarly. Look at that, dude. We got a whole crowd for it. They all hit that. They're like, what?
The mayor just said CME feels like the Cheesecake Factory of guitar shops. A little bit. I don't even mean that in a negative way. Because I will say, though, that like when I was first like actually out being on the road, the first exciting place I really remember going and being like, oh my God, we got to go here. CME.
Is that America's most famed guitar shop?
Right now?
Like, well, I would say maybe throughout history, right? Because I think of, and I know it's not the same one, but from the Blues Brothers movie, right? Ray Charles is in the Chicago Music Exchange, right? I believe. I think that is it.
I mean,
I'm gonna double check that because I'm almost positive.
I mean, or do you think you think about stuff like some places in Manhattan? What was that? Or like Rudy's, or like I feel like there's places that are. I mean,
Ray's Music Exchange.
Ray's Music Exchange. Do you think it's more famous than Norm's?
Well, I view it more like the. Well, yes, in a way, because I remember hearing about Chicago Music Exchange well before any other shop, but like not in the way of Chicago Music Exchange, like in the way that I watched Norm's Guitar of the Day thing with Sweet Uncle Mark every day in high school. I did not have that experience, obviously, but CME felt like it was like, I guess what we see Sweetwater as. They got it all.
I think it's like the small shop, but it's a little, you know what I mean? Like it's dangerous and independent, but safe. And this is not to knock CME. Like I think CME is great. I'm just saying like, because it's just big.
Well, and we went to the new Carter Vintage. I think the way that the new Carter Vintage is the way that the CME feels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I would very much say that.
Old Carter Vintage had like a vibe to it. New Carter Vintage is great, but it does have like this is a professional environment. That's kind of where I got brought up to. Not that it was unprofessional before, it's different.
It felt a little wilder. Like there might be an old random piece behind the counter that nobody knows what it is, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, check it out. Yeah, that's all. That's all. Now Manny's, that's the one I was trying to think. Rudy's is cool, but nobody would just says Manny's on 48th Street.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think America's most famed guitar shop? The one that most people would know, even if they are just little fleshlings in the guitar sphere. CME allows dogs.
I mean, that's good. We allow dogs.
We also have a shop dog.
There's only one time a dog tried to maybe eat Sudi, and then we were like, I don't know.
Yeah. Really,
and the guy was kind of odd.
He was odd. He was like, Nausa. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what?
He's like, you wouldn't believe what I paid for this dog. Top security, he's very obedient. And then the dog went like crazy, and we were like, bro, maybe.
Seems like that dog is wild.
Maybe you should calm down a little. Anyways, but Chad B says most famous guitar shop's Guitar Center. I mean, that's like saying the most famous clothing boutique, Walmart. You're not wrong. Based on, But Chad said they got 3,000 guitars and stuff. That is a lot of guitars.
It is a lot of guitars. At what point is it too many guitars? Is there such a thing?
I do feel like one cool thing about CME, right? And again, not that we're like saying, CME sucks except for this. We're CME fans. I'm just saying, a really like check in their column. Mm-hmm. I feel like you could go to CME and try like every boutique thing. Like they got, we're like, we kind of are very particular about, not because we don't like things, just because.
No, we cut into what we curate.
And we don't have as much space either, right? But like you go there, dude, and it's almost like little sections of everything. You want to try some random thing you heard about, they probably got it. You know what I mean? They got Marl amps, for example, which is awesome.
They got Carr, they got all kinds of good stuff. I mean, while we're talking on CME, we never really do things like this. Let's just go to their website.
Let's just do it.
I want to go through some of their brands.
Dude, Nathaniel, that guy is as good a player
son of a bitch.
As is out there, I know. He's a son of a bitch.
Zach
Brown's collection, right there at CME.
Look at that thing.
I will say though, I've bought pedals from CME online.
I mean, they really do kind of have it all though, don't they? Like I'm seeing just the first 3 letters of the alphabet, and I'm like, damn it, man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They got everything, and they're big enough to do cool like limited runs.
They got it all.
Which we've been working on some limited runs of ourselves.
They got it all. I was gonna go through these now. I'm like, Jesus.
I know you can't go through it all.
There's too many.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
You can't do it. And just when you think you've seen it all,
They're like, surprise.
you go into the basement. Bam.
They've got Novo. Oh my God, let's look at Novos.
Who knew Novo would come up today?
I just love Novo, and like you know, they've really curated a team, and they like take care of their team, you know, to make sure that they're in the best health. I haven't looked at the chat. I can't wait to go.
That's what I woke up to for the mayor, and I was like, damn, let me go watch it. And I was like, holy crap! And then me and David next door were like, is he? I don't even think that dude was wearing glasses. I can't decide, if you guys don't know, the Zach Kuhn show, which is an anomaly to me. Like how he gets some of the guests he gets, but they don't really get that many views. Anyways, whatever.
Zach Kuhn.
They did a Novo walkthrough.
Yeah.
There were some the cameraman sucks comments, because I think the channel's new enough they haven't quite figured it out. Like doing the tour, which we've been there, so I all empathy to that. But they go to the sanding booth, and the dude's standing there with a palm sander, like holding the guitar body, like right into his face. No mask, no eye protection, and it was pretty rough. Mayor says, I wasn't going to bring it up. I want credit for not bringing this into the chat. You get credit, Mayor.
You get credit.
But it's kind of amazing. Dude, that is... Do you think the guy, if you've watched the video, the guys say, ho, 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 and then the one dude in the hat and the vest disappears, and then you see his arm, and he's like, okay. Do you think he was, like, fussing at the kid? Do you think maybe they've told the kid over and over, hey, man, or you think they're like, hey.
You're getting a fucking raise. You
I couldn't decide.
Bitch.
I couldn't decide if they were only irritated that they got filmed. I'm with you. I'm kind of shocked that they were like, yeah, put it out. Go with it.
Well, they probably didn't review the footage. I'll be honest. Novo probably didn't. And Zach Kuhn, I don't know you, Zach. I haven't watched any of your videos, I'm going to be honest. I saw parts of the Brad Paisley one. Gonna be honest, though. I don't think...
He's like, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Gotta be honest, no. I don't like that.
I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're spraying. No, but I think he is, I don't know. I could just see him maybe being a little inept and maybe a little aloof. Like he doesn't understand why that would be a problem.
He came a little across as if he has never done any sort of maybe manual labor, and that's okay.
What?
That's okay. But I could see where he maybe would not think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is not, you know.
No, there's a level of, and you can kind of see it on his face. He's kind of like, why are we going in here? What's the problem? I'm like, I don't know. That kid's about to take a damn sander to his throat. He's like, whoa!
Well, I mean, anybody who's ever used one of those things, you know how it shoots out the stuff, dude. He's shooting it right into his, and I said to David,
not just that, but I mean, it could kick back and hit you in the damn. It's not gonna kill him, you know. But
I said to David, I was like, plus he's just sitting there taking it, which makes me think he's used to doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like there was not like
he's used to taking.
let me just show him this and not put on my stuff. You know, he wasn't like that. He was just like, I don't know.
It's like talking to my wife every time she uses a fucking knife. You know what she does?
Oh my God.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
There's nothing more anxiety inducing than watching someone who's never cut a thing, try to cut a thing. Like
I'm like, why are you trying to fucking stab yourself? Well, I don't know. I'm like,
maybe you're like me. Maybe you learned because you stabbed yourself a few times.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit of that, but also, I mean, there's got to be some amount of common sense.
Just straight common sense.
What's it gonna hit if I go this way? I mean, if I'm going this way, you know, like.
Dude, when I was probably like 5 years old, this is slightly embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you guys anyways. I was sitting there at my little house with my mom. And you remember, you know, they still have them obviously, but the big paper bags from Food Lion back in the day, and they were thick on the bottom when they folded up.
Yep. And
I used to make these like little faces out of them, and I'd poke holes. And I have a vivid memory of this because it fucking sucked. Somehow I was just sitting there, no parent around. I'm like 5 years old, and I'm trying to decide. I want to make one of these things, but nobody to help me make one, right?
Yeah.
So I got an ink pen, and I was poking the fucking holes through the bottom, dude. And somehow I could not get it, and my little 5-year-old self mustered up all my strength, and I did that shit and went right into my nose, and blood fucking everywhere.
Fuck.
And then after that, I was like, you know what?
Sharp things.
Maybe you should put sharp things away from yours. I remember like kind of connecting the dots. I'm like, oh yeah.
I remember slicing my finger open with a pocket knife because we were cutting up rope to tie up corn bags. You know, like you put corn into like a deer bag and go out of, you know, put shit out so you can feed the deer, right?
Yeah.
Well, we would cut this rope, you know, it's like twine rope. And for whatever fucking reason, they told me, and I was like probably the same age, 5, using a pocket knife because it's badass. And I fucking did like that, and I don't know how the fuck I didn't take my damn thumb off. I mean, it was bad, but.
Elijah got his like little sliver of his thumb the other day, you know what I mean? And he's pretty good, and I've taught him like, hey, if you're gonna use a knife, you can do it. But you know,
he knows
eventually,
his way around a knife. Gonna do it.
You're gonna do it, right? If you mess around with things like that. The hope is that you learn all that stuff before it's like a table saw or something, and then your thumb's gone. But you know, it's just. But I mean, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. I mean, y'all haven't gone corn packing?
Why would you not go corn packing?
I mean, and it's really less, well, I mean, I guess you take it out of the black pickle barrels and you put it into the bag. So then you can go and, you know, dump it out for the deer, dude. Come on.
Ned, you're gonna love it, Ned. You're gonna love it.
Ned's gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
Arrested Development. That's one of my favorite shows ever.
It's amazing. Anus tart.
Arrested Development.
I love that.
He's an analyst and a therapist.
Listen, I like Tom's standard. He says, I took plenty of chunks out of my thumbs learning, but so long as you don't have to go to the hospital, it's a learning experience. There you go.
I've booked hay but not packed corn. Feed the deer.
Chewy says, my woodshop teacher cut his thumb off in class with a table saw. Can you imagine?
How dope was that? Were you hollering?
Imagine being in class and all of a sudden you're like, oh.
You know what happened to my woodshop teacher during class? Got arrested by the FBI.
What?
Oh, yeah.
That's even better.
Was he stealing? I didn't go to your high school.
Oh, shoot.
I'm a Lee County boy.
The worst thing you can imagine.
Oh.
Oh. Fraud?
No.
It got dark. Got dark, boys.
He was wearing people's skin?
Puts the lotion on.
I know. I
Just
think it's funny to be like.
Man, theremin. We've played around with the theremin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I heard the Sweet Surrender sent us up there.
I mean, we're no Joe Bonamassa,
No.
but we can make noises. We got to talk about Joe Bonamassa
We
today.
do. We got a Joe Bo video we've talked about that we might do.
I got
We can tease it a little bit, I think. You know, we can kind of. What do you guys think about it? You know, we can chum up the water. You know. Should we go right into Jobo? Yo, what up, Anthony? It's Evan Lonius. He thought it was Evanlicious.
Evanlonious.
So, I mean, I guess we just get into Jobo, huh? I mean, we can.
Well, listen. So, you know, everyone knows.
We all know.
We've all been enjoying, I think, everyone, you guys included, the No Cover Charge podcast.
It's very cool.
Right?
Great mix.
I can enjoy, listen, this is an aside. This is going to sound like a dunk in the beginning, but it's not. It's a compliment. When they're just talking, like guitar dudes are talking, and it's like the guests, and it's Jared James, and then Tyler chimes in, you're like, okay, this dude's a special kind of awkward. And then it makes his other content that I always thought I maybe didn't like. Now I go back and I'm like, oh, it's not because he's just isn't an odd, awkward dude. And I love that. I appreciate that is authentically, that's just him.
Yeah.
I would hang out with him, right? But the things he says sometimes, I'm like, okay, a little awkward.
He gets out on a limb. But I mean, listen, we all do.
But just in a like a normal, like just kind of like innocent.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this guy's cool. I like it.
He might be insulted by this, but I think he's kind of like JJ. It's weird. It's like they're both each other's little brother, but they're also big brothering the other one. I like to think that JJ maybe has older brother supremacy there, but
Well,
they're
it
just
depends,
both
right?
Such, like
Like if they're talking about any kind of tech thing, Tyler's the older brother. And JJ's like, I don't know, I'm a caveman. And
But
then
you talk about rock star
and
shit, dude.
well, or like being on the road or like actually playing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, he's out doing the real thing.
yeah.
Which is a fun dynamic. But anyways, forget all that. The new one, they're at Nerdville East. They're at Joe Bo's place in Nashville.
Nerdville, baby.
And listen, I know that Jared, James, Nichols, and Joe Bo pretty close, right? Because like I think Joe Bonamassa gave him the first Klon.
I think he's kind of produced some of his stuff too, right?
Well, and he's giving him all this stuff to try out, which leads into our point. However you feel about Bonamassa, he was taking a lot of trash in the comments for having all this vintage stuff. And there was one guy who was like, I just can't even listen to his music anymore. This is unacceptable. Like basically saying it's evil that he's collected all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, you are not going to buy the $375,000 burst. Like, I just think it's kind of ridiculous.
And let's get one thing straight with his music, right? Let's start at the top.
Okay,
here,
start at
right?
the top.
And let's go down the iceberg. Okay.
Because for me, this was a in defense of
Yes.
Joe Bonamassa
Yes.
point. Which, I don't like to be put in that position.
If you're listening to Joe Bonamassa's music and then finding out he has all this vintage gear is what turns you off, I feel like you've almost looked at this man completely backwards.
Because what should probably happen is like if you say, hey, I mean, I'm not really into his music, but man, I can respect that he's like curating this stuff. And here's the thing.
And he's a bad fucking player.
He's
a
not
bad
holding
man.
it away.
Yeah.
He's taking it on the road. He's loaning it out to younger players.
Yep.
He's giving dudes Klons to be like, hey, go try this thing.
He's going out of his way to give people good information too.
And I'm just saying, if you're gonna hate Joe Bonamassa, I don't think that's where you should hate him.
Don't hate him for like probably the biggest redeeming quality about him, right? Because
he loves this junk and he loves the history. Like he's got that guy Lefty, whatever the guy's name is, Strat in that podcast.
And he knows
That's cool,
every
man.
fucking detail about the damn
And
thing.
he genuinely appreciates it for
Yes.
the legacy that guy had. Like it's
Yes.
cool. So I don't know. I just thought, man.
Well, exactly. And like he goes through not only having all this stuff, curating it, but taking care of it, He's got a lot of that shit in his houses that he like keeps. And yes, does it give you probably a little bit of like I don't know, it's a thing close to like FOMO. It's kind of like gas, but it's kind of like FOMO. You're like, oh, I wish I had that. And you get cunty about it, right? Well, we don't, Don't shit on the guy because he does,
Well, and I mean, hey, at least he's done it through, he's built his own little blues empire.
got his
And
little-
now he's, and here you go. Jeremy Anderson, Boise says, he does lift up other guitarists. I just dislike Joe Bo's playing a lot. I don't mind that he collects vintage guitars.
Fair.
I just don't think he plays with any pain or soul. Jared James Nichols does. Joe Bo not. Absolutely 100% fair take.
I
right?
completely agree with you too. What I will say is, as a player, and I will do this with John Mayer and Eric Clapton and all the other fuckheads that I like to make fun of, right? As a player, they are undeniably talented. Like he's an undeniably really badass guitar player. It's just boring as hell.
Well, can I tell you why I think it is a little bit? Like, he's one of those rare, however you want to say it, whatever makes him his personality is also the thing that I think he hears these styles from different players and can just do it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's got this like sort of encyclopedic knowledge of all these players and how they play. He can perfectly do like Cream era Eric Clapton or Albert King or Freddie King. And then he can do like Gary Moore and Eric Johnson. And it's almost like you take a dude like Gary Moore who just bleeds like this passion when you hear him play, and it's amazing, like just as much chops as Joe Bonamassa, if not more, but then all this like feeling, and he's sweaty and nasty, and then you get Joe Bonamassa and it feels a little bit like he's like a robot, like he does it perfectly, you know what I mean?
Well, and
that's all.
Yeah, it feels a little put on. But once again, this being a pro and I kind of come to the defense of Joe Bo is he's kind of like your uncle, okay? It's fun to make fun of your uncle, right? He wears fedoras. He wears scarves. He needs to stop wearing those jeans, right? You keep telling him Oakleys aren't cool anymore. He's not listening. You gotta let him be him though. You gotta kind of love him for him.
But I feel like I would enjoy hanging out with Joe Bonamassa. Now listen, here's what James Matty says, and I'm kind of with him. He says Joe Bonamassa puts on a great show, and here's where I think it is great. Like you see all these amazing guitars, all these amazing amps.
Yep.
The tones are fantastic. It's a huge band. Everyone in the band can play their ass off.
Yep.
I have been to the show and I enjoy it. I just don't want to like sit and I don't want to put it on in the background.
Oh yeah, no.
But I agree. It is a good show.
I would pay a ticket to go with my guitar friends to a Joe Bonamassa show, hang out, drink beer, have a little bit of fun, make fun of stuff, and enjoy it, you know? Like, really enjoy it, you know? Not just enjoy, like, oh, ha, what a ding-dong, look at him, he looks goofy. Actually be like, yeah, he's got a bad hand to him, you know what I mean? That's a bad man.
I'm just saying, I feel like the gear is in good hands.
Oh, yeah.
With Joe Bonamassa.
Totally.
Right? Like I'm not sure it could be in better hands. And as far as like how come nobody gives like a Jim Irsay shit about that the same way? You know, it's kind of weird, right? But anyways,
he was this fucking
a
saint. You know, it's like, well, I mean, fuck, you know? Yeah, he was. But also, well, I mean, you know, as much as you can as a billionaire.
Listen, here's a question for JP. You ready?
Oh, for me.
For JP. From our pal Itchner. If you had won the bid for Ringo Starr's drum set in the Irsay auction, would you be tempted to sit behind the set and play? 100%.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think that's the only way, right?
I'd be like, whoa, don't move him. I don't want him set up right there on the auction stage.
I'm playing right now.
I'd record a whole fucking thing with them.
Do polka with them?
Dude, TJ says, how good is that Gary Moore and BB King video? Dude, Gary Moore is one of those guys that I love Gary Moore and I know how good he is, but still every time I see a video, I'm like, damn,
yeah,
he's even better.
You know who else?
Than I thought he was.
It's funny, heritage-wise, if you look at it, him and Rory Gallagher.
Dude.
You see those fucking guys and you're like, damn it.
But you cannot find a clip of either of those guys
Blowing
they're like, we're blowing it, or even you can most big players you can find clips of where they're just kind of like
They're just there.
They're just there for a minute. There is no such thing.
Those motherfuckers
with Gary Moore
play like
Gallagher.
it's the last fucking time
Every
they're on that stage.
time.
I'm like, that's
every
dope.
time, and that's kind of what I love.
That's
and I'm just
badass.
like, okay.
That is killer.
But it's not like they're just all over everything. They're like playing the right shit in the right spot, and it's just like Roy Gallagher is just like energy, right?
Oh,
like you can feel it. That's a
Yes.
god awful statue they put up of him. You
That's
know,
terrible, yeah.
It's pretty bad, but
Terrible.
But he deserves a statue. Anyways, what are you gonna
Are
do?
the heads vintage too? Or just that would be funny if you sit down to play them and like, you know, they're
disintegrate.
tuned and you hit them and it's
They're
like
dry rotted.
Might be the one on the snare was vintage.
Yeah.
Actual calf skin.
So Gary Moore is the Barney Stinson of guitar videos. Never has a bad one. I
There you
guess
go.
so. BB King removes hat, stands up, sheds a tear. Eric Clapton sits down and shits himself. That's what I think.
No. Ouch.
So-
Man.
Have you ever loved a woman?
I will say you get similar reaction from old BB, Gary Moore, and Derek Trucks.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a
Love Gary Moore. Love Derek Trucks. Love BB. Fuck Eric Clapton. Go ahead. Sorry, I just needed to say that.
Like
I
you
needed
said.
that to be out there. I want people to know.
the misguided youth of today.
If you don't think that Eric Clapton is just proto Joe Bonamassa, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh man.
Bam.
Let me recover. Let me
Oh,
recover
God.
from that
Okay.
take. But
Ralph Macchio defeated Steve Vai in that riff off.
that's true.
It is true.
Some Rye Cooter licks and then a little classical piece. Little classical thing.
It is weird that his hands got hairier whenever they zoomed up on him, though.
Weird. Well, it happens. You get nervous and your hair starts
Growing.
hyper growth.
Yes. And
Man.
oh, yeah.
What was the first song that you learned? I'm assuming I'm Guitar Jesus. Man, I don't. First song I learned. I remember working on, because the guy that was showing me stuff showed me this. I remember working on Brown Eyed Girl. I remember working on Sweet Home Alabama, like right away, 'cause learning G, C, and D. And I remember figuring out, and it's the wrong key, but I remember going A minor. I noticed that A minor to E minor was the same shape, and I went. And I realized that was Hotel California, and then I tried to figure out. Like I figured that out pretty quickly, and I thought, oh, maybe I can do this.
You want to know why me and Johnny fall into a similar boat? Because the first song I learned in the same exact way, totally by accident. I was just fucking around playing random chords, and I was trying to write stuff. And I played that, I think I played that weird C into Take It Easy.
Take It Easy, yeah.
And like and it was an Eagles song. It's just funny. It's
I remember, and I did get pretty early on. I learned some other little chord songs, you know, probably. But then I learned Wonderful Tonight was how I learned the bends. I was like, it's magic. It's like magic, you know? And then that was it. And then I tried to learn a bunch of Leonard Skinner.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I was like, how does anyone do this? It's impossible.
Same route. I went Hendrix, though. I was like, I played Watchtower, and I was like, whoa.
I went from that Clapton stuff to Hendrix.
Yeah.
And then I went to all pretty simplified, right? And then it was, I actually got into the Eagles because I got into Joe Walsh. And then so I did try to learn. And I learned a lot of just chord versions of Eagle stuff. You know?
Joe Walsh is a bad man, though, dude.
Yeah.
Talk about now that man right there. Killer, dude.
Early on, I had a chart that was given to me that was all 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale. Mm-hmm. But I had no idea, like, application or what it was. So I just practiced them. And it only occurred to me after doing that for a bit, that was all the same key. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I thought, well, how do you know which one to use? And I was like, oh, you just slide them around. And once I got that, I was like, okay, good times.
It is
good
funny,
times.
Because if you learned songs solely by ear, and especially from like that generation of music, you'd be like, I guess this is just what every song's in.
Well,
you know, for the most part.
I remember sitting around when I was learning to play, and I learned those pentatonic scales, and I realized you can move them. I would just put on CDs, sit in my room, and like, because like a lot of the music back then like didn't necessarily have like guitar solos or like crazy, you know what I mean? Like we were in that sort of 90s time. Yeah. So I would just be like noodling over all those songs. I practiced like that a lot.
Same.
For a long time. Yeah. Just noodling. Not even necessarily trying to learn the songs at first.
Yeah, shuffle on my phone, like as far as music goes, hooked up to a record player while I'm like playing into an amp. And the same thing. Like not necessarily trying to play the chords, but listening and kind of playing things around the song that felt like it was its own thing with it.
It was its own thing. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those were first songs, and then after that it was just like I would go find Guitar World and Guitar Player and try to learn the tabs and stuff from the on cue. The old Mighty Woodrow knows what I'm talking about.
Ooh. We had a Sam Goodies in Sanford that I loved. I was like, that's awesome, dude. Sam Goodies.
Sam Goodies.
You walk in, they had action figures, CDs, DVDs, and dope posters. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah, this is what you got to graduate to. Jeremy says, I still play along to records, but I try to join the band rather than noodle these days. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to have that awakening that,
you're like,
this isn't actually adding.
That's right. I got to play with the band.
But it was good for me to figure out like what, because I always try to think like, because I was obsessed with Eric Clapton. I really did love Eric Clapton. I was like, man, if Eric Clapton was playing with the Wallflowers, what would he play, right?
Nothing. He would never be allowed to do the Wallflowers.
Or, bands like that. I was like, if Eric Clapton was jamming with these guys, what would he do? And then I'd be like, But yeah, no, you gotta, then you realize later, hopefully, a lot of people never graduate to this, but you're like, oh, I should learn the song. I should really learn the song.
Go down and like figure it out.
Play some of the minutia.
And what's hard too is that if you think about it, like starting out on guitar, if you try to go and just learn like the parts to songs, any old school songs too, like classic rock, it would be kind of boring because you're like, oh, I'm just gonna play this one little piece here and there throughout this song and then add in other parts to it. Whenever you kind of realize, oh, if you learn how to play all the chords and then you stack in those pieces, then you're like, oh, I can play the whole song by myself.
Well, that's where loopers are amazing.
Yep.
Being able to record easily at home, like like GarageBand or whatever, is amazing because you can do all that stuff, right? Like, and it's possible to stack it. But you start realizing that, like, and I think a lot of this doesn't come until you get into a band, and hopefully either somebody sits you down and tells you this, or you're intuitive enough to figure it out. Like all those little, like little You know, not just going A minor, G, going bum, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Like little parts like that are so cool.
But you're not banging out the rhythm on the damn guitar all day. You're actually playing a part. Exactly. Because they're singing it in there. Another guitar player can get in there. Acoustic guitar, bass.
Just gotta relax.
Organs. You gotta relax, man. Open up.
God dang. Ned says, this is a great comment, actually. It's a little dark humor.
Supergroup.
Yeah, Wallflowers could have been a supergroup with Bob Dylan's kid and Clapton's kid, except, well, you know. Whew. Man, we're starting off good today.
Have you ever loved a woman and she belonged to your very, 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 very best friend?
I did.
Oh, the struggle.
I do think it would be
I got the
interesting.
blues,
What
man.
would you say your genre was when you were learning? Like it was in that Jimi Hendrix, like old rock kind of stuff?
Hendrix, SRV. I listened to a shit ton of Hendrix, SRV, Eagles, Nirvana. But that was like a little bit slighter. Honestly, it would probably be all of that stuff. And then where I really started to turn a page is like digging into things that I felt like truly were me and like the style that I wanted to play, which goes from like it kind of started with bands like The Strokes, like discovering that stuff, and then getting deep into post-punk. Like all variations of it, from like Gang of Four, Television, Wire, Public Image Limited, Joy Division, all that shit, to everything that's happened since then. That's like just like consumed me. And then having like some solid rock and roll behind it too, you know. The MC5, dude. Always loved the MC5. That was always right there. But that was me. I feel like you and I have always had the similar starting point.
Phil Hay says, I guess you guys are playing bluesgrass. Are you sure your first song wasn't Deep River Blues? Man, I had no idea about bluegrass. Like, I just didn't. It just wasn't even on my
I knew it was
radar.
a thing.
I mean, I knew it was
my
a thing.
Jam.
It just wasn't a... There was no, like that I knew of, like, bluegrass circles around. You know what I mean? I wanted to play electric guitar, you know what I mean? I was into electric. But I just, like, it'd be interesting to hear, like, I feel like bluegrass is a big path.
Oh, yeah.
And if you grew up in certain places where you're like steeped in like country music and you're around people playing that, or like versus like kind of what we did versus like metal from the get-go, like they all seem like very different paths. It'd just be fun to kind of explore.
Well, is there any starting path that you're jealous of? Because I have some of those.
I do.
That I'm like,
I am
damn,
actually.
I wish I had that experience.
There's a couple that I am a little bit.
I wish, for me, I go bluegrass. And honestly, like, if there was any solid blues jam players around, I wish I could have had those two experiences starting off. But that was not a thing, you know? Like, there were bands, but they never, it wasn't until I was in my 20s and I'm here and I'm like, oh, okay, like having to go out and seek out people who were bad motherfuckers.
Well, like the bluegrass thing, I am a little, bluegrass sort of mixed with, because you find these guys who are like amazing chicken pickers and like an Andy Wood. Mm-hmm. And you're like, damn, it would have been nice to start when you're 10 years old and somebody's showing you how to do all those things,
that's
right?
Your thing.
And then like whatever you want to do, I feel like the world is your oyster there, right? Like, because you got such a good right hand technique and all that kind of stuff, right? The other thing, like that would have been nice, like some blues mentorship. I had a guy tell me, it was the Bob that I worked for. He said, you still don't understand how to, he's like, you can rock a little bit, but you can't blues it. Because I didn't know, like when you went to the blues stuff, like I didn't understand going to the blues scale yet. I was still trying to play it, you know, like,
majory.
You know, I just knew those. I just didn't understand that whole part, right?
Well, it's
the flat third to the major third.
If you don't ever get to see somebody do it in front of you and like hear it in front of you and understand, oh, okay, like it's kind of hard. Like you can watch it, and now we're lucky to have YouTube.
He showed me that.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. And I would start messing around with it. And then he drugged me to an Assemblies of God church and just put me up there. He's like, you don't have to tell him what to play. And then literally during services, I would just be like, because essentially they were playing like fast, like country blues. You know what I mean? Like him. And I was like, oh. And that was how I figured a lot of it out. But that was great. That was awesome. But I was still kind of stumbling through it all.
Yeah.
A bit on my own, you know what I mean? It would have been nice to like you said, like a real blues jam circuit, like kind of thing, or something like that, where you could be like, okay.
Well, that or a solid, and I mean this in the most respectful, honest fucking way possible, a really solid church experience where it's like my buddy Keith. This is nothing to do with race, but it's just something different.
It is different in the black church.
Man,
Dude, and it's some of those guys have the most solid, like that would be an awesome tradition to grow up in.
The chord shapings, like just
I
the
might
voices
take
that he does.
over almost any of the others, honestly.
Dude.
Here's my one caveat, here's my one thing about those things when I get to thinking about them too much. I do know for all of those, even that one, 90% of the people who grow up in those paths, it produces a very certain kind of player.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I feel fairly well-rounded.
Well, yeah.
And maybe, I mean, not to be like we're great, but, I kind of like where I've landed. So, I don't know if I'd trade that necessarily.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade my path either because I feel like it's who I am. The same way for you, it's who you are.
But that's everybody, you got to appreciate a little bit with
But if you could have a double life where you lived another experience, because man, my buddy Keith, dude, we want to get him down here to do demos at some point, because he is just phenomenal.
Dude,
I love Keith. He's killer.
Lee says I got thrown on stage at a big AOG church too, Hillsong. That's pretty big.
That's up there.
That has got to be a little bit funny. Like just starting off first time you're playing is like. Those are big stages with lots of people and big production. You know what I mean? But I really did learn a lot at sort of charismatic churches playing, and it was.
Ned
was
said,
good.
"I'd trade my path. I could go for a mulligan." Listen, Ned, own it. You're badass. I've seen your stuff. You
I've never seen a man play a bow with a friggin' banjo and it sounds actually musical
good.
and good. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. It's pretty impressive.
Personally think the greatest thing you can do. Because, we all do the thing, right? We all compare. You compare yourself, I compare myself. We all compare ourselves to everybody we know, fucking other people who have done music. If you can just remind yourself constantly, and Ned's going to be like, Sean, I wasn't being this serious, but if you can just remind yourself constantly and consistently. I used to tell this to a guy who'd be like, well, Jack White did. Well, Jack White did all the fucking time. You're not Jack White. You're you, motherfucker, and you gotta own that shit. And if you can own that shit, then you can be you. And that's honestly better than being Jack White, Because you might be better than Jack White. And I'm not putting that out there to be like, oh, I'm better than Jack White, or you're better than Jack White, or whoever the fuck. It's that you can be whatever you put yourself into being. Get after it. That's all I'm saying.
You just gotta work at it, right?
You gotta work at it.
I'd like to go back, same path, and just know a few of the things that I know now a little earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Have some little cheats, some little cheat codes.
If I could go back in time and tell myself to ease up on certain things and focus on other things, I would absolutely do that.
So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All these people going to adult.
Maybe Jack White was all the friends we made along the way. Exactly.
Nope. Would y'all pay a membership to a practice space? Individual practice booths and bigger spaces to jam, communal space to meet folks. I think that would be kind of cool, especially if you lived in a larger city where space was kind of a premium. I don't know if here there's too many places where we know, but also I will say this though, we probably feel that way because we kind of we're in the music, we know the people, so we know people who have jam spaces, and we have jam spaces, and so it's but I can see if you were you were coming to a new place, or you're just coming up and you have no idea, that would be a real benefit. You know what I mean?
Well, and that in itself is a fucking, I do think back to I never had a struggle to find a jam space. We always figured it out. We had buddies, dads who maybe owned a business, a small family business, and they would let us use their space. Fucking warehouses, random situations that just work out. I don't know.
I mean, honestly,
I think that's half the fun. Problem up in Raleigh?
Well, that's
Yeah, well, I mean, if any of those guys got off their asses and got a real fucking
Ouch.
job.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, nobody needed that much heat. I just wanted to.
It was just fun to say.
There were a couple what do they call them, storage units that would let them. A lot of them shut down.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I do think it is you almost gotta, I don't know. I think in music, and it's hard, especially whenever we talk about like that version of the scene. It's really hard because people aren't, like they're trying to work at Cheesecake Factory and be like, oh, I can't afford the rehearsals. Well, it's like, yeah, dude, like you gotta fucking bust your ass.
Is there no, and I don't know, but is there no place in Raleigh, like where it is a dedicated like that, like Diamond in Nashville or like SIR, like any of those kind of places?
I'll tell you this, if you go to Twin House Music up in Chapel Hill, they rent out their recording studio space. And you can rent it out for rehearsals consistently whenever I think there's a drum kit and shit like that in there.
I mean, obviously we had that in Nashville, but...
Cannonball used to be the music hall.
Yeah.
They used to be practice spaces.
I think there's stuff like that. It would not surprise me at all if you go and talk to your local venue. Whether that's like in Raleigh, I would think Poorhouse, Kings, Neptunes, where else up there? I mean, really, any small dedicated space. And then also, if we were gonna give out any advice to those people like you're talking about, in my opinion, I'd be like, find a family friend who likes what you do. And be like, hey man, we'll clean up, we'll make sure everything's taken care of. There's options. I think people just don't ever want that option. They wanna just imagine that they've got, you know, a massive room. But I understand it is also hard.
Do what Ned does. Says, my old band used to share a big storage unit with electric to practice in with another band. Then when I was homeless, I lived there. There you go. A big, giant windowless shed near the railroad tracks. Bam.
A bad man.
But I mean, you know, like, I don't know. Again, I know Nashville's different, but there were tons of places with little PAs in the rooms that you rented.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just went and paid by the hour or whatever. But I don't know. I think if I was in a city like that and had no jam space, lived in an apartment, I'd want a place. Mm-hmm. I'd want to pay for a spot that I could go practice and just jam.
Yeah, I did back whenever I was in an in-between phase, in between a couple of bands, and I was trying to put something together. I had traded out work with a guy on the weekends for us to use this massive warehouse rehearsal space in a basement. And
I remember that.
You just, you know, I don't know. That's how I view it. I don't really have much sympathy for people who are like, oh God, we just can't figure it out. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. You gotta, like, it sucks. It's hard, but you gotta keep playing that. You gotta pick yourself up. You gotta lift yourself up. You gotta say, I can do this. I can, right? Because can't never could do nothing. And I hate whenever people sit back and they tell me, Sean, not everybody's you, man. Not everybody can just do that, man. But you know what? You fucking can, dude. The only reason why you can't is because you saying can't. You can. Get after it. Find a rehearsal space. Get your lazy ass up. Go to work. Come on now. Come on, punk. You ain't no loser. Get after it. Like Baby Billy would. You can do this. Be homeless. Give it a shot.
There's your inspiration for today.
There you go.
Hey.
If that didn't do it, you're fucking hopeless, brother.
Oh, that's amazing. That made me so happy. JP, if that doesn't become a YouTube short, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just don't know what's happening.
Said, clip that.
Can you clip things on YouTube? I have no idea.
We're gonna find out.
I can do that part.
We can screen record.
Screen record it.
Yeah.
Screen record.
Baby
It's pretty darn good.
Has 2 mil and an 8 ball. I ain't asking for much, y'all. I'm just asking for 2 mil and a damn 8 ball.
Because I'm selfless. That's my favorite clip. I never even watched it, but just seeing that, like, why do you do it? Let's say, why do you do it, baby?
There's a scene where he spanks her. He spanks his young wife on the ass, and she farts, and he goes, "Oh, what the hell?
I saw this
You
clip.
need to go wash that ass."
He makes her go in. He's like, "Go wash it." That's kind of hilarious.
I mean, he is amazing. He's incredible. Oh, your thing. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You got it.
Too easy. Too easy. I was like, what? Huh?
We got you, brother.
Fine, Sean. I gotta...
Oh my God.
He's like, what?
Did you just break wind? That's what he says.
wind?
That's kind of amazing. Yes, we did. Man, how many members do we got?
We got a bunch.
Listen, we're almost to 75,000.
I want y'all to know, we've been trying to go through and crush member stuff, members content. We got cool members content coming out more and more. We got members-only live streams happening. We also, and this isn't me trying to pitch you, okay? This is me just informing the people, all right? The membership stuff we're really trying to push and get more value into. We're gonna change the pricing structure here soon. It's gonna go down to one fee, one flat fee, and then there's gonna be another tier, right? We'll explain all as that happens, but we're gonna do that, right? It might be a little bit more than the $199, but a lot of people are already living right up above that. It's not gonna break $10 though, okay? So don't be afraid. Don't fear the Reaper, all right?
Kind of sounds like a pitch.
It is a pitch.
It's a pitch. You got him. You got him. It's a pitch.
We're going through. We're trying to answer your comments. We prioritize those first when we can, and yeah. So join the members if you want to be a member, and you get.
If you want to be cool.
You want to be cool. You can
and get all the good drugs now.
I sit here while I'm working on my computer and I answer your questions sometimes. We do live streams. Johnny did a live stream last week. I'm doing this week.
And then it died. JP killed it.
JP said
I was sabotaged. Okay, we got 2 good questions. I'll answer the easy one first. Have you guys gotten any of the new Victory MKX amps yet? No. Nope. But we might. I don't know. We haven't. We ordered a big thing of Victory. We're just trying them out, and I'm sure we'll have some other new ones here soon. But we still got a lot of them, so we need to move a few probably before we order some more. Let's see. What is your favorite effects pedal, and why? Are we going to break it into categories and then a specific one, or just in general, just one pedal
just wide open?
that you don't want to ever live without?
Or again? Is it just the effect, right? Because like just the effect kind of simmers it down some, right? I think if you were going to pick one, my assumption is going to be overdrive. I don't know. I shouldn't guess for you. I think
I like overdrive from a very utilitarian standpoint, but the thing that makes me go is probably various forms of tremolo. I love tremolo. I do
good
love
tremolo pedal,
tremolo and a harmonic trim. But and then that to me that kind of bleeds right on into the nice Leslie rotary kind of. Oh my god!
Whenever it's on.
That's what I love. And I probably there was probably a time in my life when I just loved delay. But I've been trying to break myself, so I've been using like hardly any, if at all. Even reverb, I've been going down.
For me, a cool delay pedal that has just a slight twist in the design, and that could be like a DD7, it could be a Volante, right? It just a good delay pedal, and I can turn an amp up really fucking loud. I can do some.
One delay pedal. That's it. What's it gonna be?
You know, it probably wouldn't have been this a long time ago, but it is now, the Volante, just because of all the shape shifting you can do with it. It's got built-in reverb too. So having that and the flexibility of it, and also the reverse feature, the loop feature, all of those things for me are kind of like, okay, that's really cool. So.
You know, the delay pedal I had the most fun with probably my whole life was a DL4. You know what I mean? Like, because it's amazing. It's amazing.
I would take a DD7 right now too. If you were like, you can only play this. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I can do that.
I will tell you though, right now, if I was picking right now, like as far as what I use, because I use what I like, but it would be just a plain old school Aquapus, way huge because I love that. But I also love the Wampler Faux Tape Echo.
Let's kill
it. It just sounds good.
We both had that. You got me onto that. And that's a great one. If you want, it's a small footprint.
And you don't need it to do like all these, you know, the stuff like maybe Sean gets into this a little more experimental. Like, and you can do that stuff. It's just, you got to kind of, but I just think it sounds great.
Yeah.
So
that is a killer. If you want easy access to tap tempo and it to do what you want the delay to do quickly, great pedal.
All right. Ovaltine Jenkins says, I know you guys aren't fans of the Klon. I could see myself having a Klon phase. I've had Klon phases. I could see myself having one soon. I was thinking about this the other day, so I'm not going to say that I'm not always a fan, but I know you guys aren't all fans of the Klon, but I've been plotting pretty hard on a KTR and talking myself out of it for the last week. I don't know if KTR is the one I'd go with.
Yeah, I don't think so for me either.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's maybe like especially for the money. I mean, I just feel like maybe there's some better, cooler options.
I mean, I don't hate Klons. I've never hated Klons. I think I don't bond with them. I don't like the amount of overhype, I think, is what gets me. It's more so the fandom. But I would play a Klon. I want to do a shootout where I do Klon, KTR, some of the clones that add in like
So send us your clones.
Send us all your clones.
No, I got quite a few clone things that we should kind of do a little shootout. And every one of them was a staple on my board at one point, but none of them are on my board. Any of my boards right now. Ed says, "Is the fuzz and the muff the same thing? Every muff is a fuzz, but not every fuzz is a muff." So the big muff is a fuzz, but it is just one type in a sea, an ocean, if you will, of fuzzes. So yes, a big muff is a fuzz, but just only one type of fuzz.
We got sweet Kevin Walsh in the chat.
Kevin Walsh.
Disabilis, a great clone.
And I feel like Kevin Walsh knows. He's in the know.
Like
he knows what all the good
he's got his finger on the pulse.
clones and stuff.
Yeah.
Not just for clones, for pretty much all that stuff.
That's right. Adam Price is in a flanger era. Flanger comes and goes. It's kind of like chorus. It's there and then it's gone.
Flanger is one of those things I have so much fun with, just screwing around. But I don't know that I've ever like actively incorporated. And most of that is because a lot of the stuff I tend to play, it's just not.
Well,
it's not a thing. But.
It's a hard thing to incorporate into your show and be like, and I'm gonna do this again and again and again on every song, because it does a thing.
Well,
right?
Here's why I like having the Boss MD200. It's got all those things, and is it the best sound of all those things? No. But is it pretty darn good? Yes. And for something that, because like if I'm gonna use a flanger, one night I might just get a wild ass hair, and I'm like, you know what? Like just in a quiet, like in a spot where just kind of like making music,
I like to imagine like just out of nowhere, like Life in the Fast Lane.
Pig scrape, the planes are flying over. You're like, oh my god, where'd that jet come from? Yeah.
Delay bomb goes off, and then you're into the song, dude.
I still remember in football practice when I was a freshman, coach said there was a muffed punt, and we all started laughing. He said, "What's funny about muff?" That's right.
Nothing's funny about
nothing,
muff, coach.
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Nothing's funny.
What do we think about the newest Sir fuzz pedal? I have zero thoughts because I have not been paying attention to it.
I'm not much of a Sir guy. I don't keep up with them. I've never really liked them. I've seen the amps. I've seen all the guitars. I've played Sir guitars. What about you? Have you ever played a Sir and been like, damn, that's it?
I play them and I'm like, yeah, this is a great guitar, right? Yeah. I could play this. Like if you gave me a Sir and said, hey, like a Telly or Strat, and you're like, oh, you got to do your, play this. Awesome.
Yeah.
I've never like lusted after one for some reason. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just in general, and I know they're great. It's never caught my interest in the way that I'm like I gotta go get one.
I mean, I've played them and it's cool, but it's never been like it's not my guitar. I guess that's the best way to put it. I don't know.
And I mean, there are people that you're like, damn, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
And I so I think they're great. Same thing with is the fuzz pedal have like a like what does it do something like different fun? What's it supposed to be? I also got an MXR 10-band equalizer to add to my board. We actually just acquired one of those as well in the shop.
Sir fuzz pedals. The Sir Rufus.
The Rufus is that the newest one?
It's a unique fuzz pedal. The reloaded Sir Rufus reloaded fuzz. Okay, let's see.
That's what I'm talking about.
The reloaded one is a unique pedal that offers a vast array of fuzz tones. With the reloaded edition, we've added an extremely dynamic and tactile octave up effect. So it's an octave up. You get a Band of Gypsies tone.
Listen, can I just say, of all the fuzz things, the octave thing, the Octavia, like octave up, always kind of intrigues me the most, but I'm always the most disappointed. Oh. I don't know if I mean, and I've spent zero time with it. I always try them, I'm like, nah. So I probably just haven't found like the thing, but.
Well, it's gotta be, I can only assume, it's gotta be in a band setting.
I think so.
That you go, oh,
and with the right tone underneath it. Like, because like you hear Zach do it, Zach Person.
Kills it.
Crushes it. And he's just got a style that he's figured, it's like he does that. And then I even play his setup, and I'm like, and some of that is probably just playing style. You got to be like actually good. But
well, I mean,
I don't know.
I want to say too before we move on from this fuzz pedal, I'm not a fan personally of fuzz pedals that are trying to be a bunch of different pedals. Like I want it to be unique to itself. Like just be you, you know? I don't need it to be like they're like it'll do anything from the Fillmore East back in '69 all the way to the grunge era.
So you're saying you're sort of against do all fuzzes. I think that too. I think because there's so many, right? You almost got to find your flavor and just find the simple one that does the thing you wanted to do.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. I firmly believe that. It's like, listen, whenever people go and they're like, yeah, but I want like that Big Muff sound. I want that Smashing Pumpkin sound, but I don't want it to be a Big Muff. I'm like,
but then I wanted to also be able to do the clean fuzz face thing. And you're like, I don't know about that, you know.
Buy a fuzz face, buy a Big Muff. I mean, because especially like I feel like they're affordable enough that it's like, you can get a Big Muff under $100. You can get a fuzz face.
Here's the
at
thing too,
$100.
right? I always fall more in love with like the names of fuzz pedals because they're always hilarious.
Fuzz face,
more than
great name.
Well, just starting from there, but then you get to like ridiculous things like the Sasquatch one that Zach has with the funny little graphic. You're like, yeah, that's awesome. I want that pedal.
Fuzz
but then
pedals,
I'm like, eh.
They always have like the most weird thing. Like I've got the
swollen pickle.
The swollen pickle. I've got the Fjord Furnace Fuzz, and what I love about it is there are no titles on what the knobs do, and it's all just lights. And it's all orange, so you don't know what the fuck. I mean, like, you can go and, like, pull out the manual and remember it, but I'm also, like, I kind of like not knowing, because it's unique and it's weird, and I just turn knobs until I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Ned also has a Fenders. They're killer. It's a dope sound. It's like a super fuzz slammed with something else. They're like, it's a fucking noise machine. It's not trying to be both of these pedals. It's trying to be, like, this weird amalgamation of two things, which is cool.
Kevin says, did I ever try all the benders? Because Kevin loaned us a bunch of awesome, like different style bender, you know, different companies' takes on tone benders that Sean and I have been consistently planning a fuzz off. We just haven't. Well, I won't say we've been slack because we haven't been, but we've just been very busy. But yeah. I've got those to do. I've played a few of them and they're awesome. I just hadn't sat down and done them all like together. And then I've still got Surrender's the Dumbleator. What do you call that thing from the Simplifier people? Yeah,
which seems like it's really cool.
It's awesome, but I've played it for I played it and then kind of got into the middle of the whole house thing, and so I need to do both those videos because that's a cool pedal too. But the benders, I think the bender shootout will be really really fun. I don't know how you even pick, honestly.
I think we're gonna find ourselves just being like, damn,
man, these are all awesome. You know.
But it's dope. That's what I love about fuzz. Is you kind of want them all.
I do think that maybe is my flavor of fuzz that I enjoy the most so far is benders. Like
it seems to me attack or gain all the way up, volume down, and then you pull the volume down on your guitar, and you got this really cool effect, and then you can push it and get gnarly. It seems to be very versatile compared to like I cut on a Big Muff. It's wide open.
Well, I like Big Muff stuff. Like this one pickle is basically a Big Muff, right? I like that, but it's a very specific thing. But I love that, and I think part of that is my love. I did grow up loving Smash Pumpkins, but I've never gotten along with Fuzz Face. I don't know if it's just the wrong amp.
You know who has pulled off a Fuzz Face incredibly is fucking James Malone, who works with us.
Really?
He's got one that's got like the germanium effects. He'll throw it in the freezer and then pull it out, and I've heard him play it a few times. I'm like, God damn. Like it's like him and that thing, it's like, it works.
That's the thing, you gotta find the thing that works for you. That's the funny thing about germanium too, right? Is like, what if it's really hot that day and you're playing outside?
Like, oh.
Dang it.
I got that crunchy tone now.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. The only thing I've had happen is when my Boss looper froze on that one gig. And I mean, it got so cold it stopped working.
It was cold as fuck.
But then it thawed out. It was like, oh, it's fine.
We went out there. We were hanging out with Johnny for a minute. I said, dude, I got to grab a beer and get some. I got to get warmed up.
I had a little heater on me, but man, that was I earned every bit of that.
You're damn right. I mean, that's like
those few $100s, man. Good God. I can't believe we're all such guitar nerds. Oh, believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Play some Beatronic stuff. We have. I know I have. I'm pretty sure you have.
Dude,
too.
I want to love the Beatronic stuff.
I do too. I love the design.
and I think they're an awesome company, and I love the design, and I've not found one yet that I'm like, oh.
Yeah. every time I play it, I'm like, this is cool right now. I will not want this in 3 weeks.
1000%.
And it's not because it's bad. It's just I'm like,
it's not your thing yet.
no.
But now I saw the whole like JHS gave them the pollinator name or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then I think they've put out some new versions of it.
Yeah.
Well, which makes sense. But I don't know what that is exactly. I don't know what the pollinator does. Well, I don't know what his or theirs does.
Let's go see.
He spoke really highly about them. They do have such a cool aesthetic.
They do.
Which is half the battle.
Stuff now. Oh, but they're using an AI poster, I believe, so they can burn in hell. No. Hopefully that's not. Maybe it's real. Y'all know how I feel about this. It looks pretty AI to me, though.
A little bit it does.
Yeah.
Those are large bees.
They are large
Or it
bees.
could be perspective. I don't know.
Tuna fuzz. Dude.
What?
Fuzz can't.
I kind of like that.
That's
honestly.
pretty dope.
Dude,
like
the whole oil can like delays and things like that are really fun to me. Or like the can. I've got a. You ever seen the one that Jack sent me, the old oil can that's got the little
Yeah,
like,
the
preamp
STP
thing?
can. Yeah, that shit's dope.
It's pretty cool. The aesthetic is better than the effect. But
I mean, there's like, they're a company where I want to be able to sit down and play all the pedals for like a weekend. Like sit at home, have my guitar and shit plugged in, and just plug one in at a time. Because they've got like some cool looking delays. That Tuna Fuzz looks dope. The Royal Jelly Fuzz OD blender seems really cool. That's something I think would be right up your alley.
that was actually one that I wanted to try. You know what I mean?
Harmachorus.
Dude, why has there not
sounds
been
cool.
a Honey Picks Beatronics collab? If they don't get Honey Picks to make them picks to go in every box that goes out with a pedal, I don't. The world's wrong.
Y'all heard it here first. Tell our boys. Let them know.
Just start spamming their comments. Just spam the comments. Have we played any of the Tube Steader pedals? No.
Tube Steader.
Nice bass line, always on pedal. Look them up. They have one called the Magnesium.
I assume Tube Steader is one name.
The Vomit Picks. Pretty much.
High voltage tube gain lord.
Gain Lord, that's what I'm talking about. Look up the Magnesium with a Z.
All right, let's see. Magnesium. 12AX7s.
Ooh. It looks cool. It looks very
cool.
like heavy duty, you know? Like
Yeah.
very like
So it's a
Yeah.
two-channel tube preamp voiced after the growling tones of a bearded Southern rock icon. Jonathan, they built it after
they
you.
built it right after me.
Oh my God. The Z in the name nods to the extra saturation and swagger in the tones of a legendary Texas trio. I wonder who it is.
Could it be?
Man, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, I'd play one. They look cool. Magnatone. Oh. Texas town. Something now. I'm going down to the station. Ha 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 ha. What if the whole verse was just that? Just for the name.
That's the best part of that whole thing. I think it's the C. You're like, whoa, what's happening? It's in C. We're in C now. My God. Yeah, anyways. I like our new thing where we could break into song at any moment.
Anything's possible.
You don't know. It's like a Disney podcast.
That's right.
Bam.
Karma's a bitch.
You just
I
don't know.
should have known better.
Uh-oh, Ned's getting fancy.
Dude, JoJo Siwa. I love whenever Christy's around, I'm like, are you taking Abby to see JoJo Siwa? And she's like, we don't talk about JoJo anymore.
Only in the early years.
I'm like, come on. JoJo.
I gotta keep my little sweet Abby sweet.
Listen, if you let your kid listen to JoJo Siwa now, I'd be like, what? I mean, like, that's the craziest
Like,
shit.
hey, are you, wait a
And
minute.
listen, y'all know where I fall. I'm just saying, that's fake as hell. That bitch is
it's
lame.
what's funny, man, is like Listen, I listened and watched all sorts of weird things when I was a kid.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I guess I'm fine.
Yeah.
But it is funny. I'm like, nah, my kids aren't doing that. No.
Not JoJo, dude.
Well, there's all sorts of things. Like, and it's funny, like the things I feel fine about and the things I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
And like I was even talking about, like Elijah was like, can we have a TV in our room? I was like, absolutely not, because
To be honest with you, though, that is a good call. I think growing up, I had a TV in my room, and I do think
too.
it kind of like,
what do you
shouldn't
do?
have it on
you
all
go,
the time.
You go sit in your room and you're like, you turn on Highlander on USA,
and you're
like,
just
hell
zoned
yeah.
in. It's like you gotta have some space from that shit, man. I used to hate musicals, but now I like them as long as Lin-Manuel Miranda is. Thank you. Yes, straight up.
I always thought ZZ Top had different singers. The ha 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 singing sounds completely different than the 80s. Yeah, because sometimes it was Dusty, sometimes it's Billy, right?
And she knows how to use them.
Because they sing totally different.
But Billy, Billy's still here. The other one's gone.
Dusty's gone.
Dusty's gone.
And then Frank, the drummer, named Beard, but the only beardless one. Very ironic. He's always got the little mic on, so I'm assuming he sings some too.
He probably does that part. In a Texas town.
Ha 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 is what you do on your glasses before you wipe them. This is true. It's the they both sing and you're correct. They have very different voices.
Very much so. She's got legs. She knows how to use them. I think that might be one of the best ZZ Top songs, because there's a moment where you almost go, oh yeah, this is ZZ Top.
I think that we're old, we don't really think of that as like scandalous, but at the time it was like, oh,
what?
They're not a blues band anymore.
I'm like, you're damn right. They're a fucking hits band,
rock stars.
baby. They said, watch this.
Because everybody likes those early like Tres Hombres and all that kind of stuff.
And listen, that stuff's great.
It is awesome.
I'm also a firm believer in once you've done it, you can't just keep doing it.
It's kind of cool that they did the '80s stuff and the Eliminator out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Friggin' that and Sharp Dressed Man. You're like, dang.
I'm kind of like, that's the whole point. Let's go on an adventure.
Fire. The cameo is amazing in Back to the Future 3. Don't forget when they played Duck Dynasty with Psy. Do you remember that? I don't know if you ever watched that. But
my family was very
heavy.
Like,
no, it's a big band. We need a real stage, and they're like, okay. And then ZZ Top pulls up. It's just really funny. The acting is so bad because they know exactly what's going on. Well, and I'm just like, okay.
But I mean,
let the rednecks have their fun. I appreciate it.
It's like Pawn Stars.
Yeah, it is.
I cannot give you that for this, but I can take a ride in it. Let's go. It's like, okay.
Okay, here's a good point. Nas Trav says AC/DC would disagree. Once you've done it, continue doing it. I mean, they are the poster childs for like, hey, they found the thing that worked, and they kept. But somehow they kept doing it, and it also kind of always felt like, okay,
yeah,
not just a rehash of.
No, well,
stuff.
There's certain things that you stumble upon, right? It's like Metallica. Metallica obviously changed, but they didn't really people could be like, they sold out on the Black Album. Yeah, totally, but they didn't fucking like. It's not like they turned around and were doing like grunge. Like they turned around and they were just doing like softer metal, I think it's like, are you shifting gears and doing a whole different genre? That's where we go crazy, Because that Leg song is definitely like a pop hit, You feel it. But there's guitars.
Look, Eveloni says the guitar is so basic in their music, but behind the scenes, that dude is such an epic guitar player, jazz and everything. I'm assuming we're talking about Billy, right? Dude, it seems simple, but when you really try to play some of those songs and the weird little timing things, and like there's little, I mean, you can bash them out like garage style,
Well, and you try
dive bar, but some of them are
like
deceptively
teaching
tricky.
swing in music is probably one of the hardest things to do, because you can't get somebody who doesn't have that feel yet to just go, oh, okay, like this. It's like, no, it's a feeling, All their songs are like a feel. Like you gotta sit back and like just groove on that shit,
They talk about in that little the documentary about just playing the shuffle and C for hours.
Just until it feels like it's fucking like butter,
Listen. Zoot says 10 more years of beard growth. I'm looking at old pictures where I had the beard till about right here at the longest point.
I think it went down
was to my
past the
chest.
nipples, dude.
Nah, I wasn't quite there, but it was to my nipples. I could do it.
That
I could
shit
do it.
was long,
It takes a lot of
dog.
patience, but I could do it. It gets,
There was some
And
knowledge
then
in
we
that
got
motherfucker.
old Dan
dude.
now. Dan's taking my place now.
Dan is
His
wild.
is way down there.
He's a wild man.
Out,
I
I see Jonathan
Yeah.
at Chick-fil-A and Southern Pines all the time.
Hell yeah.
Good dude. God bless you. I love Chick-fil-A.
Sean loves people who evolve, like Eric Clapton.
Like Eric.
Come on.
Oh, ouch.
Come on.
Ouch.
The man didn't evolve.
Ouch.
He didn't evolve. He didn't write Shot the Sheriff. He didn't do nothing.
Have we seen Cesar's newest video? Marla Amp says, me neither. Probably just him playing guitar terribly or building something for Jason Momoa.
Come on.
All very
Come on.
valuable things.
Come on.
Cesar. Come on, Cesar.
Cesar. I'm sure he means well. I think Anthony and Cesar I think they'd get along great. I think they'd be
Are
like,
they coming together like that?
I think they would. They're coming together like this. Sean secretly loves God. I mean, Eric Clapton. That's how I feel about it.
This is coming together music. That's it.
But I mean,
Um,
here's the thing. Eric Clapton didn't write that.
He didn't write that.
He didn't write
He did
that.
not write that. He wrote. No, I can't do it.
You could drive off in a new Toyota today. Come on down. See what I did there? It's a sign, right? Now, see, there's a banger. We'll give him Layla. That kicks. It's interesting. We can get down with it. This isn't, that's him being himself. What are you playing, the Traveling Wilburys now? What the fuck? The hell? I want you to think about what you just played. Worst part of the song.
He didn't write it. There you go. Exactly.
Shit. Bell
It's
Bottom
that guy
Blues.
that went to prison.
Bell
No.
Bottom Blues is a good song too. Weird ass drum beat. Whenever he pointed that out to me, I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's cool.
It's a great one.
Bell Bottom Blues is great. I'll take
It's
Layla.
great.
Bell Bottom Blues. I'll take a lot of the Layla and Assorted Love songs. But I'll also say that's the only time that motherfucker got off his ass and tried.
Keep on growing.
Keep on
And then at the
going.
end, they're like, this is amazing, Eric. Let's do another. Nope. Nah, I think, boys, it's time to move on.
Wrap it up. I gotta go get addicted to cocaine and hang out in a hotel
I
room.
gotta have, no, he's already done that. He's like, I gotta have a solo career.
I figured that's when the cocaine got crazy.
It probably is. I'm sure that's true. I'm sure it's true.
If you want to get down.
You know. No, Badge is just two song ideas smashed together. I mean,
What's
that's kind
that
of what
one?
makes it.
That's White Room. The-
Oh, it's The
Brave
Tales
Ulysses.
of Brave Ulysses is the same song. You know.
Motherfucker.
I don't know why.
I'm
Yeah,
not much of a
it's
Cream
amazing.
fan either. I get it. Like, I get it. They're the, it's all these guys.
I do love Badge though. This thing. Then I'm talking about our kid. Or how's it go? Then I'm talking about our kid. No, that's a good time. Then I'm talking about. That's it. And then the little. You know.
Amazing. Have you ever loved a woman, but at the same very time, she was your very, very, very best friend? So lame. What a dork. Oh, man.
Politician is an awesome song, Woodrow.
I see stars. I see light. I do cocaine in the middle of the night. And nobody's gonna tell me different, 'cause I'm your backdoor man. I'm gonna steal from all these men till the day that I can.
How's that go? And I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. That's it. That's what it is.
Ned's gonna write a song about being a front door man. I show up and your daddy shakes my hand.
Not to be confused with.
I say, sir, I'm going right through the front door tonight. I'm not worried about you catching sight of me. That's a hit. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Go ahead, baby, just spit me out.
What's this? It says no cover podcast did the write a song in an hour challenge a while back. That's what we need for the members channel. But don't let Baxter in there writing a bunch of Beatles shit. Yeah, no, I mean, but listen, not to pat our own backs. We would crush that shit.
We would. I think we would. I don't know. As a songwriting trio here, like the three of us, I think we would all like smash some shit together. It'd be badass. And surprisingly, I think where you would assume Baxter would probably go and do something like really heady, he's probably the most to the point writer of all of us. Like he wants a strong
He
hook.
can be, you know, but it's funny sometimes.
Yes.
You know, it's just the mood you catch him in. But he can be.
The Jane Austen's only fiction line, I was like, that's pretty quippy. I think it was funny to me that the audience like got it, but I don't think they really could. You know, you gotta like kind of know. I was like, whenever he said that, I was like, oh, I was like, that's a little trippy, you know? I like that shit.
It's hard to sing old Steve Winwood.
What song is this? What song?
Can't find my way home. The mayor wants to hear it in entirety.
I lost my keys at the bar.
It's nearly him, now I just can't find. That is a great line. Oh, and I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. It's the verse that's hard to sing. But it's such a good chord progression.
Marla, Anthony, just the there of us. Illiterate fuck. Just cut JP and Sweet Dave out of the band, huh?
Screw him.
Fuck them. No, I think if JP were here and Sweet Dave were here, they would both be like, they are really good musicians. They're great musicians. I think Sweet Dave will start writing songs soon, but I think they're more of the mindset of like, yeah, let me build. Like I love foreman of the instruments, you know, and that's where they are at, I think, if that makes sense. So it should be a compliment in such a way, you know. But yeah, he's all on board. JP likes to help get the machine rolling, you know, because it's integral too. You gotta have that.
It's true.
So, you know, the one thing we can do without is your shitty comments, damn it.
Ouch!
We talked on the phone last week after we got on. I was like, hey, I watched that back and I hope you know I was joking. I don't hate you. I love you.
Ned's gonna send you some lyrics. You're gonna be amazed.
Ned, send me some lyrics. I struggle. I wouldn't say I struggle to write lyrics. I struggle to commit to lyrics because I go over them a million times. I'm like, If I feel any amount of like hesitation, I don't like to use them at all. So I won't even give it a shot. I'm like, nope, fuck them. Next.
See, I get pretty married, like, cause I love lyrics. I think a lot about lyrics, so I get like, oh no, that's it. That's the phrasing. That's it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I will change my shit out consistently.
I mean,
Even on songs I've got, like I might have some written and I will change out usually like second verses and stuff time and time again. I like my first verse. Second verse is gonna change a lot.
I think lyrics are, to me, man, it's all lyrics.
What is your individual acoustic guitars?
Nice. I kind of like this thing. I tell you what, I got the 2 best acoustics I've ever owned, arguably, right now. I've got a Martin Triple Lot 28 from around 2016. That's just a really good guitar. And then I've got a Taylor 810 no cutaway. That was a 1995 special run with Brazilian rosewood back and sides, and that is a pretty killer guitar as well. Those are my acoustics.
I don't own an acoustic guitar, but if I was going to, if you were like, hey, you're gonna have enough money to buy the one that you want, I would probably be getting either the 0028 or the 001228. I like either one of those a lot. They really inspire me.
Those are both really good guitars. Never use the word that. It's a useless word in the English language. I don't know.
That.
I mean, I have to think about that. It could be
like
true.
in a song, you mean?
Maybe just in general.
Maybe in general.
That guitar. I mean, because that kind of means like this particular guitar. It's not the guitar Sean is holding. I know I love that guitar. I don't know. I don't think that's useless.
I don't think so. That's where I'm like, is it in a song format? Like if you go in and that's how you get down to that. Like that sounds stupid. But I just said that again. So I don't know. I think that depends. My pronouns are that guy and dude. Oh, smell, can't smell, you smell. Yeah.
Ooh,
give us
some
clarification, deplorable Pepe. Sean looks like a youth pastor. Fuck.
Nah. Sean's not clean enough to be a youth pastor. We're both a little on the dirtier side.
Oh, I thought you meant like, you know, like.
Oh, no.
Some nose beers.
No. You've got to look sort of like, you know, must and dirty, but be impeccably clean.
Oh, yeah, at the same time.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird, it's like Sean just woke up this way, and me too. And then, but if you're a youth pastor, you'd wake up and then you'd have to spend an hour or two.
Yes, you got to be like, let me tough up my hair some. Okay.
No offense to any youth pastors watching.
Did my manicure last? Oh, maybe I need to go get touched up. You know, it's like, nah, dude. The guitar I used to play versus the guitar that I used to play. Did we ever get clarification on?
I mean, like,
that?
see, right there. Yes, you could get rid of that in Tom's thing. I'm with you.
The guitar
that is a little redundant.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're talking about it from that sense, I said that again. Now I'm gonna think about every time that I say that.
That.
It's like whenever you figure out how many times you say like.
You could just replace that T with an S.
Thus.
But I don't know. I thought Sean was Baxter's son and was like, what a nice family business. Yeah.
Happens all the time.
I mean, close enough.
I have no equity in this business besides sweat equity that I've put in over the last 7 years. So.
That is false. I like it. What are we playing? Did you play Blackbird?
No, I played some weird thing, but I mean, you know.
love Blackbird.
Great song.
Creepy barefoot you pastor dorks. Now there you go. There you go. Look at any sentence with the word that in it, then remove that. You will still convey the same message without using it. I don't know if you will. I think that's true in lots of instances. I don't think it's true every single time.
What I think is,
But you do like if I had said I don't think it's true, if I had said I don't think that it is true, yes.
Yeah.
I think people use it wrongly there. But
Totally.
there is a place for the word that.
I do think that it's probably used in a lot of situations where rather than repeating, like if we're talking about this guitar, like a hummingbird, right? Rather than saying the 1963 Gibson Hummingbird every time, you go that. You're like swapping it out with something else, if that makes sense. Now, in the example you just gave, no, you're just adding in an extra word because you're crazy, you're out of your mind.
It's like starting a sentence with well, or, you know,
Well.
especially if you're writing, don't do that.
But I think,
You know, yeah, we're good. The Mighty Woodrow was a youth pastor for a bit. I can see you being a good youth pastor, Mighty Woodrow.
he said, kids, just go out and party.
Homegrown son, I want that one, and I want one are not the same. There you go.
Great use of the word. It's like that.
Ned says it depends on what the definition of is. Perfect.
Is.
I like that, and that's the way it is. Damn it. Run DMC coming through. Yeah, you can say, well, it's about time we head home. That's amazing. You just can't, like, be writing things. Beautiful. Magical.
Magic. I do actually agree that there are a lot of junk words in the current state of today's songwriting.
Listen. Well, no, there absolutely are. I realized the other day, this is a generational gap. Then when I first started texting Sean, he thought I was angry because I used correct punctuation.
Totally. You add a period to anything, and it's automatically like, whoa.
But I can't not do it. I can't not do it.
And I had to explain that to somebody recently. They're like, man, I hope I didn't piss him off. I was like, nah, Chelsea does it too. Skylar, that's what she thought. She's like, I think Chelsea's mad. I was like, nah.
Weird.
I was like,
dude, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm so glad
weird.
you told me that. I just have to start trying to, like, you know, I don't know. I just don't know. You can burst into song at any job. How was the auction went for John? The auction was fantastic. Thank you to everyone. Sold some things I needed to sell, which was awesome. Kept some things that I was hoping I'd get to keep, so that was great. And I think we're all in good spots. In fact, I gotta mail some things off today. 2 question marks in this wartime. I mean, yeah, you should never. I mean, 2 question marks.
Y'all can't play like that and say you don't like the Grateful Dead. Fuck the Grateful Dead.
Who? I've never heard of them. Just like asking Greta Van Fleet about Led Zeppelin.
Fuck them.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Greta Van Fleet,
I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know about the using the periods was anger. Did I end up selling the Gretsch? Yes, I did. So back to my original question: what's the wait time for a team-built Telecaster? Well, it's kind of funny, right? Because we've seen some in like 4 months. We've seen some in about a year. So I would say don't expect to wait longer than a year, but it could be as quick as 4 months. I know that's a super broad thing, but there does not seem to be a crazy rhyme or reason to it right now, other than, maybe if you put in your order and it's like an NOS and they're doing that, done. If you put in your order and they're, I don't, and maybe, and it's heavy relic and maybe that's down the queue. So quicker than it's been in the past for sure. I would say, I hate to even say it because I've said this a bunch, and then the last couple I've done where the guys were counting on it being 4 months, it's like, oh, it's 10 months or 11 months. But I would say most likely somewhere in the 6-month range.
Isn't it funny? It's always the guys who are like, yeah, it can take as long as they want. It gets here in 3 months.
And it's like 3 months, and they're like, oh my God, that was really quick.
The guy who wants it tomorrow, it'll be here in 2 years.
Yes, it's the way it always goes. I did end up keeping my Strat, thank goodness, to the generosity of some certain fine folks. Kind of helped that be possible, so that was nice. My custom shop Strat is going to be about 10 months from Traveler to starting, according to the last time I bothered Jonathan on the phone. I think that is probably true. So I wish we had slightly more control over that part of it, but sadly, we got to go by trends until they make us liars.
Until we say, just kidding.
But we're pretty good. Awesome, good for you. Can we talk about hunting that family farm? Probably not. Because that is my crazy father, and you would have to convince him. But yeah, maybe it's not 100% out of the range, but it's for sure. You would probably have to come hang out around the farm stand for a while. It's one of those situations.
You gotta get in the know first, dog.
It's the old school. It's the old school thing. And I'm not super in control of that part either. We will only allow one cousin to hunt our 40 acres. Do we have black bear on the farm? I've never seen one. I know that every now and again, a black bear wanders this far. But
That's hard to do, sorry.
That's hard to do.
I broke out of the song. It is hard to do. It's like,
I expect a video from your front porch with a cover of Shooter Jennings' Daddy's Farm. We could do that. Desperado. I actually don't know the chords to Desperado off the top of my head.
I think it's a little...
Why don't you come to your senses? Been out riding fences for so long. What is that chord? Is it?
I feel like the B.
Is it the 6? No, it's just the D. Just D7. Oh, it must be D7. Hey, you're a hard one. Oh, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking. Prison is walking. Prison is walking down the world all alone. Something like that. Then this is the weird one. Don't your feet? What is it? Did your feet get out? Oh, sorry, it's the 2. I had to figure out Desperado because I don't know it off the top of my brain.
It's cool though. It's close. I like it.
I can get the other C, C7, F minor. I don't know. F to F minor. Maybe. Demonetized.
I do miss whenever.
Funnily enough, our live
country-
streams are never monetized because we don't like commercials.
That's right. So you never get an ad.
So don't worry about it.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Somebody said that earlier. The only thing that I've ever, well, I don't know. We get copyright strikes occasionally. The only thing I've ever gotten from playing was a Guns N' Roses thing.
You played it that close to the damn track, son.
I was like, oh man. And I made the track, but still, they didn't like it. And I was, I wasn't tuned down, so whatever. If you can't play it right, you can't get demonetized. That is the God's truth.
I miss country songs that had cool chords. Come on, you know?
It is kind of cool when you get the fun chords in. Like when you get those major twos and stuff. They're kind of awesome.
Road blues.
What mics are you recording the guitars with? We're recording them with our lav mics.
That's right. And lovable losers and no account boozers and honky-tonk heroes like me. Hey. They go to that badass ripping part at the end. Boom, bop,
Pretty awesome. Oh man, we set up the hot dog roller at our rehearsal space, start jamming, and in like 20 minutes the whole place was like, is it opening day? Is today opening day of baseball? I don't know. I never keep up with it.
You know what it is? Jay-Z has booked out Yankee Stadium and is going to do a show.
Man.
Not today, but soon.
I will say this about our recording mics, right? Unless you got great mics placed just right, this is for electric guitar too. The room mic wins almost every time. You know what I mean? Because it sounds more like, oh, you're just there and you hear it.
You can hear it.
You can close mic things, unless you got it just right and you do the right things, it's like...
I think you're better off nice room mic, preferably ribbon mics, set up about a foot or two away from you and just play. Just fucking play the thing.
All right. I've just realized it's 11:36.
We should probably
Better go do real work. We love you all. Thanks for hanging out. This was a nice, relaxing
Good
live
chill
stream today.
jam.
I enjoyed it. I needed it.
Remember, fuck Eric Clapton.
That's right. No, wait. But anyways, you guys are awesome. Hit like, hit subscribe. Don't forget to share it. We're almost to 75,000, so we'll be giving away the Strat very soon. And yeah, I think you guys all got a good chance at it. And we will see you next time.